Hello, and welcome to Art with Miss Michelle. Today we're going to practice drawing some autumn leaves. So for this project, you're going to need some leaves. And I think leaves that have some points or a little bit of an interesting shape are going to be funner and more challenging to draw than just like this leaf is kind of just like a oval with a point. So try to get some interesting shaped leaves. And also, you want some cool veins on the back of these. That's going to give you something to draw. And then you're going to need a pencil, a paper, and then something to color your leaf. So I just have colored pencils. If you want to use something different, you can, whatever you like. Okay, so this is a project about observation. So I'm just going to start by taking a look at my leaf and seeing what kind of details I notice. So I notice it has points, so it has different sections. This section has 3 main points. These sections have 2 main points with another little point over here. And then more points this way. So I'm going to draw the outline of my leaf. Some things that I might observe to help me with that is the negative space. So the positive space is my leaf, so whatever space my leaf takes up. And then the negative space are these spaces in between, particularly like this shape. If I hold this on my paper, I can see with the white background, like this shape is kind of a pointy oval almost. And then this is like more open. So see, this is a little bit thinner this way. And then this is kind of like a round-sided triangle coming in on this side. So before I actually draw the outline, it might help me to draw these veins or the lines of these leaves. So I see one going to each main point. So if I draw those first, that will help me know where to put the points of my leaf. If I just start drawing the edges, and I'm not going to trace this, I'm going to observe it and draw it. If I try to start drawing the outline, it might be kind of hard. I might get kind of lost. So if I draw the veins first, that might help me. And I just turned my paper because I think I want to include the stem. So I'm going to leave some room at the bottom for the stem. And I'm just going to draw these lines here that go up to the points. Now, the middle one is going to be the longest. And then I'm going to draw, these two are going to be about the same length. And then these side ones are going to be a little bit shorter. So I'm going to draw those. Then I can add my stem. And then I can start drawing the outline of the leaf. And I can go kind of lightly, but I'm just going to try to notice as many little details as I can. And I'm just going to go around the edges and try to observe this and do the best that I can. Now remember, this is practice, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of a fun way to observe. And I always like to draw from nature. And this is going to help me improve my drawing skills. Okay, so I have one side of my leaf. So this side is probably going to be close to a mirror image, if not an exact mirror image of what I just drew. So I can observe my leaf, but also kind of look at what I drew over here and try to match it up as another little way to help. So I can kind of hold my pencil to where this part comes in and then move it over here to see like it's probably equal on that side. And then I'm looking for little tiny points that I might see on my leaf, like these really little small details. If I add as many of those as I see, it's going to help my drawing look a little bit more realistic. And then I have more little points that I didn't make the veins for, so I'm getting a little bit lost as to where those go. So I'm just going to do the best I can and try to match those up. Now I have my leaf. It's not quite perfect, but that's okay. So now I can take a closer look at it and see there's probably lots of veins I can add. So I can either use my pencil, or if I want to switch to a green pencil, because I notice a lot of my veins are green on here, then I could just start doing some green lines for the veins. And it's almost like a little maze. Seeing how many are on here, there's quite a lot. So I'm just going to try to draw as many of those as I see. And some of them are a little bit lighter, some are darker. So you can just really observe your leaf and see how much detail you can find to add to your picture. And the cool thing about these veins, besides the fact that they look really, really cool and are kind of fun and kind of a challenge to draw, is that the purpose they serve is when a tree gets watered by rain or someone watering it, it goes throughout the tree. And when it gets into the stems of the leaves, these veins will actually help carry the water all the way to the edge, to every edge of every leaf. So nature is pretty amazing the way it does that. And if you have any houseplants, you might notice if they don't get enough water, the edges start to turn a little bit brown and curl up. So that is a way you can tell your plants aren't getting enough water, because it usually has at least enough to keep the plant alive, but maybe not enough to reach the end of every leaf. So that's a way that you can keep an eye on the health of your plants if you have house plants or even outdoor plants, to make sure they're getting enough water. And then once I have my veins, I can start coloring in my leaf. So these leaves I collected from outside, so they're actually just starting to change color because it's just the beginning of autumn. So if I were to do this project a little bit later in the season, I might, or even if I just went to a different tree, I might be able to find some very colorful leaves. I just got these out of my backyard, so they're just starting to change color, and I'm just going to color what I see. Remember, if you want to make them a little bit more yellow or a little bit more orange, you can use your artistic license. It is nice to observe and try to draw what you see, but sometimes it's fun to just kind of make it up. Like if you want to make it, like I can make both of these parts yellow. So I'm just going to use colored pencils. I can blend my colors. If you have a different art material that you'd like to use, you can use whatever you want to color these. I'll leave it up to you. I might even add a little bit of brown in there, because I see some of these parts are starting to turn brown. So you might want to collect a few different types of leaves. I also have a fig leaf here, which has some really cool patterns on the back of it. And these are really fun to draw too. So yeah, just do some experimentation and do some coloring, do some blending, see what works, observe what kind of veins your leaf has, and have fun with this project. So thanks for watching my video and happy leaf drawing.